Okay, let's get ready to tumball. Yep, we're heading into the Tumball Nest in the underground. And in this guide, we'll do all the discoveries and find all the Smiley Flowers in this stage. Okay, here we go. Let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is eat a tumball and see what they taste like. And there's not much to taste because there's too much shell. And when we hop on their back, they curl up into a ball. That's why they're called tumballs. And then when they're in ball form, we can hop on top of them and roll around. There are 5 holes in this stage that we can place these tumballs in. Here's the first one. And this guy here is flipped over on his back. Let's push him over so he's right side up. And now let's stack 2 of these guys on top of each other. We can push this one over on top of the one that's already in the hole. Okay, now let's roll over to the right. There is a hole above us here that we can jump through to get above ground. And there are a lot of discoveries that we can do up here, but the first thing that we're going to do is eat one of these Peckadees to create an egg. And then we will go back down underground and head to the right. We will find a tumble on the ceiling of the cave. Throw an egg at it. Now let's hop on top of this guy and start rolling him to the right. There is a muddy puddle that we can roll him through. And now with our tumball covered in mud, we can collect up all the leaves on the ground here. Okay, let's head above ground again. We have some discoveries to do there, and the first one that we're going to do is defeat a Peckadee with our tumball. Now let's hop up onto this tree branch here and grab a hot pepper and feed it to the tumball. And tumballs will only eat food that's been smashed, so we'll drop the hot pepper on the ground and then roll over it with our tumball so it can start snacking on it. Once they eat the pepper, they will turn fire engine red, and now they move super fast when you're rolling on top of them. And then you can use the super speed to run up the wall and get a Smiley Flower. Next up, it's time to smash this golden bug that's flying around up here. Okay, let's feed our tumball another hot pepper, and this time we're going to roll fast to the right. And if we pick up enough speed, we'll blast straight through an apple tree and up the side of a cliff and collect a whole bunch of tokens. Okay, let's head further into the cave, and the next thing that we're going to deal with is a bunch of hoppers. Just smash them all with your tumball. Okay, we got all of these leaves on the lower level. You can see there's another pile of leaves above us, and inside of those leaves are a bunch of tokens. Okay, there's going to be a tough jump that we need to make to get up to that pile of leaves, so we're going to use a fresh, muddy tumball to do it. And now we're going to quickly roll and jump onto the tilting platform. And then when it is angled up and to the left, roll up it and jump to reach the leaves. Okay, before we can do the next discovery, we do need to head back above ground and get another hot pepper. So let's do that first. And down here we will find Smiley Flower number 3, and the first thing that we're going to do though is clear out all of these rocks with our Tumball. Yep, if you can pick up enough speed, you can crash into the rocks and break them apart. And now we're going to do a jump with our Tumball, and as we make the jump, if we leap off of the Tumball's back, we can get up high enough to reach a Smiley Flower. Okay, now it's time to use that hot pepper that we got and feed it to this Croakaoke. And once we feed the hot pepper to it, it will get hopping mad and hop right out of that hole there that we can then push a Tumball into. Okay, now let's head through this passage here and we will find a nest with a bunch of baby Tumballs inside of it. And we can take one of the babies and try to put it into one of the holes, and we will find that the holes are too big for the babies. Okay, now let's take this little guy and we're going to head back up and to the right where we will find a bunch of apples. And yes, we are going to feed an apple to the little Tumball, but we do have to smash it first because they only eat smashed food, so let's make some applesauce. Okay, now this guy is well fed, so let's bring him back to the nest. Because for this next discovery, well actually the next 2 discoveries, we want to have the nest full of well-fed baby Tumballs. So we're going to need to run back and forth, feeding each of the babies, and then finally bringing back the last one that's already up there with the apples. Okay, next up we're going to make a stack of 3 of these guys, and we're going to use that hole that we knocked the Croakaoke out of to do it. And once you have all 3 of them together, you do need to make sure they are in a straight line in the stack. And now back up here, we can head towards the beginning of the stage, and there are some more leaves that we can clear out, and we will need a muddy tumball to do that. And once we clear out the leaves, it will reveal a hidden path that we can go into to get another Smiley Flower. Okay, now it's time to do the big discovery in the stage. We're going to reset everything and start from the beginning. And along the way, there are some other discoveries that we will complete while we fill all 5 of the holes with tumballs. Yep, and that is the main discovery in the stage that you have to complete. You just have to have all 5 of these holes with tumballs inside of them. Up here is a discovery that we did not complete before when we blew the apple tree apart. Yep, if you just hit the apple tree with a regular tumball, you will knock some apples free and complete another discovery. Okay, so we have delivered tumballs to 4 out of the 5 holes, but we're going to take a break from doing that now because there is a timed event here that we can complete to get a Smiley Flower. So what we're going to do first is grab a tumball and then roll it back to a switch. Once we hit the switch, a bunch of blue tokens will appear. We need to collect all of the blue tokens before the time expires to get the Smiley Flower. And at the end here, if you can't make it up to the top with the tumball, you can get up there with Yoshi to get the last remaining tokens and grab the Smiley Flower. And right over here in this underwater cave, we will find Smiley Flower number 5. And then for this discovery, we just need to move really fast on our tumball and skim across the top of the water. And then we'll do it again. This time though, we will duck so that we can make it through that narrow gap and get to the 5th and final hole to deliver our tumball to. And there we go, we've completed the big discovery in the stage. We do have 2 discoveries left to complete, however, and they're both really simple and quick, so let's do them now. The first one left to do, we actually missed. You can do it at any time that you're dealing with the little baby Tumballs. You just need to eat one. So we'll just head back to the apple stash. There's one right there that we can eat. And don't worry, if you eat one, Yoshi will not swallow it. You can only spit it back out, so it will not impact your ability to complete the other discoveries involving the little Tumballs. Okay, so that is everything that we can do in this habitat, but there is one last discovery left to complete, and it's going to take us back to the underbit habitat in order to complete it. Yep, there is a Tumball inside that habitat, and we just need to feed it a watermelon. And you may remember there are a couple of bugyas in that habitat. They shoot watermelon seeds that spawn watermelons. So we just need to head over there and grab a watermelon, smash it, and feed it to the Tumball. And there we go, we've done it. We have 100% completed the Tumball Nest. So that brings us to the end of our guide. We hope you found it helpful, and if you did, please consider liking the video and subscribing to our channel. We'd really appreciate the support, and it does help our channel grow. We promise it does. Yep, that's a wrap for this one. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we will see you at the next stage.